Hi student friends, how are you? I welcome all of you to this online lecture of BSc second year analytical chemistry. Student friends, in last lecture we have learned about the instrumentation of the thermogravimetry. That is in the instrumentation we have learned about the what type of the thermal balances are there which is used, that is nothing but the cantilever type of the thermobalances, that is helical type of the thermobalances, that is nothing but the torsion type of the thermobalances, deflection type of the thermobalances, null type of the thermobalances, so and the different types of the what the sample holders. In today's lecture, we are going to learn the remaining part of the instrumentation of thermogravimetry and the if the time is the matter. Uh, if time remains, we will see the application also for the thermogravimetry. So let's start with the instrumentation of the remaining part of the instrumentation of thermogravimetry. So uh, let's start with uh, recapping the last week. Let's see in the whatever the thermobalances. So thermobalances are the generally two types, that is deflection balances. Deflection balances are tube type, helical type, cantilevered beam and torsion wires, and the second one is the null type of the null point balances are there. Here what the restoring force is directly proportional to the whatever the weight is applied to them, and the sample holders are the there is one important part of the that is the instrumentation of thermo balance, that is because the geometry, size and material play the crucial role for the determining shape of the gravimetric curves. Here for the sample holders, size and shape is governed by the nature of sample as well as the uh, what type of the weight is there and what is the maximum temperature is there. So there are some shallow bands type balances. It is used for the what that is diffusion of the volatile impurity. There is deep crucibles, loosely covered crucibles, retort cups are the different types of the sample holders are there. Then next one is the furnace used in the thermometry. That is the important part, that is for use for the heating. So the furnace and the control system should be designed to produce a linear heating rate over the whole working temperature range of the furnace. So it is what the heating rate is the what the linear one, and this furnace is prepared or the uh, produced by taking into account the linear heating rate over the whole working temperature range of the furnace. So the choice of furnace heating element and the type of furnace depend upon the temperature being studied. So what is the choice of the furnace is actually what depend upon the how much heating is required for the heating element, and the type of the furnace depend upon the temperature being what study, which type of temperature is used, what is the maximum and minimum temperature for the study. So for the 1100 degrees Celsius, the material of furnace is nichrome wire or ribbon is used because the higher temperature, so this is stable at the higher temperature, so we can use the nichrome wire. If a wire is being used, it should be wounded or coiled so to accommodate the differential thermal expansion of the various what the components. So this nichrome wire is what the wounded wire or coiled wire, or what the accommodate the differential thermal expansion of the various component. For the temperature between 1000 and 100 degree to 1500 degrees Celsius, one should use platinum or any alloy of platinum and rhodium, because this is stable at that temperature. By using a platinum rhodium alloy having the rhodium content is about the 40%, one can use the furnace up to what 1750 degrees Celsius temperature. So stability is the more thermal stability is more due to the alloy, that is the rhodium and the platinum alloy. For a temperature above that is 1750 degrees Celsius, tungsten or molybdenum may be employed in reducing atmosphere, because the molybdenum having the high melting point. So tungsten or molybdenum having the high melting point, so we can use the above that is what 1750 degrees Celsius, the that is the filament used for the, or the wire used for the making coil for furnaces, that is the tungsten or molybdenum. So this tungsten or molybdenum employed in reducing atmosphere. The size of furnace is an important factor. It becomes easier to obtain a larger uniform hot zone in the high mass furnace. So what is how this furnace size is there? Because what is the requirement is to obtain the larger uniform hot zone in the high mass furnace. So with the small mass furnace, it is becomes difficult. So the position of furnace relative to the balance is important. So if we want the high mass furnace, then that is uniform heat zone is required, then use the high mass furnace, and it is what not suitable the small mass furnace for the uniform hot zone, what creating uniform hot zone. So the position of furnace relative to the balance is very important, and with the some balances like quartz, fiber, spring balances, the furnace is below the weighing system, but with the beam balances several choices are possible. So what is the different position respective to the different types of the balance is that the position of furnace relative to the balance is important. So with some balances like quartz, fiber, spring balances, the furnace is below the weighing system, but with the beam balance several choices are possible. So this type of the position is given, that is the position of furnace with respect to the balance is there. If we use the beam type of balances, then we get the different types of choices for the what keeping the furnace or the position of changing the position of furnace. Then fourth number is the what component of that is instrumentation is the measurement of the temperature. The point is the what measurement of temperature. This measurement can be carried out in the number of ways. Thermocouple is the most common method used for the temperature measurement. So what is the instrument used for the temperature change? It is nothing but thermocouple. For the measurement of the temperature of about that is 1100 degrees Celsius, chromal or alumil thermocouple constructed from the alloys of platinum and rhodium are used. So that is chromal or alumil thermocouples are used for measuring the temperature at about the 1100 degrees Celsius. For every high temperature, tungsten or rhodium thermocouples are generally used. If we what the using or measuring the or the taking the analysis at higher temperature, then use the tungsten in the that is platinum or rhodium, as well as the higher temperature, that is tungsten or rhodium thermocouples are generally used. At the lower temperature, that is what the 1100 degrees Celsius, platinum and rhodium are used as the thermocouples. Then this is the what the position of the thermocouple in a thermobalance. How this thermocouple is placed in the thermobalance, in which position. Then recorder. The recording system are mainly of two types, that is a time-based potentiometric strip, that chart recorder, and the XI recorder. The two these the potentiometric chart recorder and XI recorders are there. Then 6th point is what thermobalance is a thermogravimetric analysis. So what is the how this thermobalance uh, how this looks like the thermobalance, which type of thermobalances are used in the general thermogravimetric analysis. Then see how this. A good thermobalance should possesses the following characteristics. The thermobalance should possesses the capability to record the continuously the change in the weight of the sample as the function of the temperature or time. Then furnace of thermobalance should have a wide range of the temperature. Recording of the temperature should be done to accuracy of about 1%. Then the temperature which is recorded ideally is the ideally is the temperature of the sample according to the loss in weight of the sample should be done by an accuracy of about 1%. A linear heating rate should be used. The sensitivity of balance should be proportionate to the size of the sample being used. There should not be any chemical attack of volatile product on that apparatus. The crucible should be located with the hot zone. The balance has to protect it from the furnace due to its very high temperature. Then see the so what are the requirements of thermobalance in the thermogrammetric analysis is that the good thermobalance should be possess the following characteristics. That is what the thermobalance should possess the capability to record the continuously the change in weight of the sample as the function of the temperature or time. Furnace of the thermobalance should have a wide range of the temperature. Recording of the temperature should be done to an accuracy of about nearly about 1%. The rate temperature which is recorded ideally is the temperature of the sample. A recording of the loss in weight of the sample should be done to an accuracy of about plus or minus 1%. A linear heating rate should be used. The sensitivity of balance should be proportionate to the size of the sample being used. And there should not be any chemical attack of volatile products on the apparatus. The crucible should be located within the hot zone, and the balance has to be protected from the furnace due to its very high temperature. So these are the characteristics of the good balance and factor affecting on TG curve. If to study the system is done by various thermobalances, then the shape of the thermogrammetric curve obtained with the different thermobalances will vary from instrument to instrument. Thus, it is difficult to make the meaningful comparison between TG data obtained on the different thermobalances in different laboratories. So, the difference in the shapes of TG curve may be attributed to different factors leading to the errors. The factors affecting the thermogrammetric curve can be divided into two main groups, that is instrumental effects and the sample characteristics. So the TG curve is depend upon these two type of the that effect, that is nothing but the nature of TG curve is depending upon the instrumental effects and the sample characteristics. Then next one is the applications of the thermogrammetry. So first application of the thermogrammetry is the automatic thermogrammetric analysis. So automatic thermogrammetric analysis for a single component system, and the automatic gravimetric analysis for the binary mixture. We can analyze sample by means of the automatic gravimetry, that is analysis for single component as also, and for the automatic gravimetric analysis for the binary mixtures also. Evaluating the precipitant obtained by the gravimetry. Then see here what the usually by using the thermogrammetric process, one can easily determine the collected drying temperature of various precipitants and obtain the gravimetric methods. For example, See, usually for the determination of lithium, triple periodate is used. That is, however, Duval in this study found out that it is not suitable for gravimetric analysis, as the thermogravimetric curve of the triple periodate showed that there occurs a constant decrease in the weight from 40 degree to the 947 degree Celsius, and concluded that there is no drying temperature for this precipitate. The second application is that Duval rejected the salicylic toxine method for the determination of zinc, as he was that is unable to find any constant weight plateaus because he employed a fast heating rate. The workers confirmed that 135 degrees Celsius is the minimum drying temperature. Lateral cuttage proved that the temperature about 150 degrees Celsius is sufficient for the drying of the complexes regardless of the moisture content. Then, evaluating suitable standards, Duval carried out a number of experiments on the thermogravimetry to find suitable standards in analytical chemistry. Duval combined his teaching studies with IR absorption spectrometric studies in order to arrive these conclusions. He confirmed that the following substances cannot be used for preparing the standard solution: magnesium, ammonium chloride, ammonium bicarbonate, and the ammonium fluoride. He observed that the following compounds are most suitable for the preparing standard solution: lithium sulfate, monohydrate, sodium dichromate, dihydrate, sodium cobalt nitrate, hydrazine chloride, hydrazinium sulfate, ascorbic acid, and methylglucamine. So, Duval advised that not to heat the compound above the temperature given in the following table. So, HDT, that is 109 degree, then the urea 165 degree, NAF 850 degree, the NI NO3 twice 6H2 50 degree, KHCO3 125, and NiSO4 7H2, that is 100 degree. The next type of the that is the application is testing purity of the sample as an analytical tool. The thermobalance can be used in the determining the purity of the various substances. Then fifth type of the application is determine the Curie point. If a ferromagnetic material is kept on the thermobalance with the pole of the magnet above the sample, the TG balance will show the weight which will be less than the actual weight. So the ferromagnetic material lose their magnetism on heating at exactly reproducible temperature and Curie points. So a range of metal or alloy with a Curie points between 150 degree to 1000 degrees is available. The TG curve, the temperature at which the thermogram shows an increase in weight, is the Curie temperature of this substance. So this is used for the determining the Curie temperature or Curie point at which the weight is what increase. Then organic substances. Many organic substances have been successfully studied by DTA and TG methods. Oxide mixtures. Thermogravimetry has been successfully employed to study the reaction between various oxides. For example, a system of copper oxide Cu2 and Cr2O3 was studied by these techniques. Then building materials. The one of the interesting example is cement, where the study of ternary compound in the system CaOAl2O3 and SiO3 is done. So this is about the applications of the thermogravimetry. So if you have any queries regarding this topic, that is application and instrumentation of the thermogravimetry, please comment your question in YouTube comment box. I will try to answer. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.